everybody, it's Andy from Mosh and Mosh here again at HRH Blues, with this time with Harman. Welcome.
Hello.
You okay?
I'm good.
Have you just arrived?
Yes.
Looking forward to tonight.
Very much, yeah.
Have you seen the stage? Have you not?
Haven't seen the stage yet, no. We literally got here about an hour ago.
Really?
So we just kind of dropped our stuff off in the old
Just finding your
cabin
feet and finding what's going on.
Just ate some food and yeah, the boys have just hopped over to go and have a little recce. So
Right. Don't say we've not actually ventured out of here all day.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
This is what we do though, because I pride myself in saying that I want to interview the bands and the individuals. I want to know the person. I don't want to know. The music's all well and good, but you pigeonhole people too quickly. I want to know the individuals.
Good for you.
Now, as you're part of the infamous blues genre, especially for today...
It's debatable.
Well, that's what I was going to get at. I was going to say, because the more bands that we talk to, the more people we talk to, you do get pigeonholed in certain festivals and various things. Would you be able to classify yourself in a genre that would be more suitable if you had to?
My music is heavily influenced by soul, gospel, blues, a little bit country. You know, I'm very much song-based, and the blues community have been really, really, really kind to us, amazing, in fact. But I wouldn't say that I'm a blues artist.
I mean, it does seem, knowing with your influences, that it'd be more a traditional blues more than anything.
Yeah.
Because with the gospel influences, you've got the roots to it all, which obviously derives back historically to the founder times, which a lot of music nowadays has transformed and transcended into a more modern, eclectic version.
It's not really blues in the original sense of the term. It's like a new kind of made up.
Yes, it's like
style of music.
It's like so many genres that are oxymorons, like metalcore, in my opinion, and basically like pop punk. How can it be popular but then punk? Whereas the roots behind what the music is don't fit in anymore, and you can't keep in there. Now, for people that don't know of you, would there be any one song that would epitomise you?
Well, I'd probably say Sweet Man Moses, only because it's probably been the song that people have picked up on the most, and actually it's the song that the kind of blues scene picked up on. A couple of independent radio guys got into it and started playing it, and that is heavily gospel. It's a real kind of, well, not real because I don't, I'm not authentic in the way that I'm a black woman from the US singing in a church, but it's heavily influenced by gospel.
Well, again, it's like most things, it's the stigma attached to the gospel. Any music is a stigma attached, and that's why I like to speak to the individuals, to speak to the bands, because I don't want to know about the stigma attached to anything, because you have your own independence, you have your own influence.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm an artist, and I don't see myself as being pigeonholed into anything. I do what I do, I write the songs that I write, and we arrange them however we want to arrange them, however we feel that day, or it's, for me, it's not about specific genres. I just think of myself as an artist or a singer.
What you do.
Yeah, I think as well people kind of pigeonhole me as Joe Harman, the blues singer, but I don't see it. I'm a singer.
Now, when you write your material and you write your songs, is it just you generally that writes the material, and then you get the band to kind of bring it together?
Sometimes and sometimes not. I write on my own. I'll co-write. I generally either write on my own or I co-write with people.
Right.
So Mike Davis, who produced my album Dirt on My Tongue, which we've kind of just released, to some people it will be new and to some people it won't be very new. But that's my debut studio album. 6 of the tracks were written by Mike and I, and then three or four were just me, and then there was one cover version on there. And so, it's just kind of an organic thing, really. Someone will send me something, and I'll write a top line to it, or get together with other people. Generally, I like to write in very small in pairs or on my own.
I suppose it's, for me, I used to be in a band. I used to go around, and for me, I preferred to do it on my own. I say it depends, because too many people they all have different ways and different directions, and you know how you want it to go.
It's nice to be in a room with a band and work something up together.
Yeah.
But generally, the song won't get finished in that band situation. The song will get finished by me sitting at home and working on it. You know, working with the lyrics, and you know, I like to tell my own story, so I very much like to.
Yeah. Enough said.
Do that. Yeah.
Is this part of a one-off? Is it a one-off show for you? Or I've got a few dates penciled in around this venue.
No, this is a one-off show, and we've actually just travelled up all the way for this show, and then we go home tomorrow.
Come to the middle of nowhere.
You're literally in the middle of nowhere, but my God, what a beautiful journey! I had no idea that we were going to be going through the snow journey. I had no idea, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I wasn't driving at that point that we were going through snow journey.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
I suppose it's one of those because of the location. I suppose the location is what makes this festival what it is.
Yeah.
Because you're in the middle of nowhere, so to speak. Everyone stays on site. All the bands are together. All the stages are so close together. And the majority of people that come are discerning music lovers. They don't go for the blues, the rock, the metal, whatever. They just want to hear some great bands.
Yeah.
They might have one or two bands that they want to go and see, but they'll try and get to see everybody.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, and I think they may have one or two artists that they really want to see, but they're really open to other stuff, and I hope they're going to be open to me as well, because I was like, oh God, they might just all be wanting to throw bottles of piss at me or something, I don't know. But
I think the key of it all is people that come here, for me, when I speak to them, they have to be open, and they generally are open.
That's good to know.
Because how many times do you hear it in the press where so many people are closed to different ideas, different cultures, different anything, and that's what causes the frictions, and then it's no good for music lovers because social media, you can get your music anywhere now, which then restricts making a living out of it. But then it can be put to an advert or something else that may not be suitable for where your direction. Then you're going to get all these issues, and people then close to your music's then associated with this, associated with that. And I think technology's been a wonder for a lot of things, but I think it's holding music back, or non-popular culture music, shall we say. So you're looking at the rock, the blues.
I don't know though. I don't know. I don't know whether it's holding. I think there are positives and negatives to it, and obviously the negatives are that it's harder to earn money from recordings and albums and all that. But you know, the record industry is on its arse, basically. Can I say that? Sorry.
You can say what you like. My daughter's heard me say an awful lot worse.
Okay, good. The record industry is basically on its arse, but the music industry is very much alive, and there's a hell of a lot of people creating a lot of stuff. And yes, some of it is terrible, and nowadays anyone can make an album, anyone can make a music video, anybody can, technology is at our fingertips. And so yes, that creates a lot of crap, but also it enables people to do what they want to do and be free with what they want to do, and get it out there to people, and it makes it accessible, and the communication, the direct communication between artist and fan is very strong.
Which it has to be, because even it's nice for me to see that even with bands that have been established for a long time, still recognise the importance of the fans.
Yeah,
because some people can lose that. I'm not going to name bands in particular,
no.
But there are some people that do lose that track and think that it doesn't matter what they do.
I know them as well, yeah.
And I think that the fans are the ones that put them there.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think in some ways it's quite a dangerous territory. It can be quite poisoning. The kind of music industry. If you get your head in the wrong space, it can be quite devastating. But you've really got to try and you've got to surround yourself with really, really great people.
Yeah, honest people.
Honest people that are honest with you, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, because if you don't, anyone can jump on a bandwagon, can't they, and just press, oh yeah, you're great, you can do this, but then really, they could be the ones that have poisoned apple, that could cause all that trouble. So after tonight, let's focus on the future for you.
Yeah.
After tonight, obviously you got the debut album there.
Yeah.
What's the future got in store?
Well,
what are you allowed to say? And what are you not allowed to say?
We're just continuing to do what we're doing. We're releasing a live album, which was recorded by the BBC at the Royal Albert Hall.
Right.
We were really, really lucky to be invited to go and play Blues Fest at the Royal Albert Hall last year, and the BBC were there, and they wanted to record it, and so we're kind of nearly all set to be releasing live at the Royal Albert Hall, recorded by the BBC, which is quite exciting.
That's quite a mammoth thing, because it's the Royal Albert Hall. When I think of the Royal Albert Hall, you think about all the classical concerts. And for me, growing up, was always Eric Clapton used to do his residency at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, well, that's amazing.
And for me, it's kind of like, wow, it's always going to be up there. So when you get the opportunity to play things, a few little nerves, a few twitches, and kind of...
Yeah, it was great. It was really
wonderful experience.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful. So after that, you got many concerts?
So after that, I basically, we're gigging, we just constantly gig. We don't necessarily go out on tour for a month and then that's it. You know, we're just constantly working, constantly gigging.
Wherever you can get an opportunity.
Yeah, but the right opportunity is at the right price. And all that. But, you know, I also need to write a second album. So I've got songs already that I'm going to... that will be considered for that second album, but I need to write more and I need to record a second album. So honestly, not entirely sure when I'm going to do that, which is quite scary.
Yeah, I suppose it's one of these. It's getting that balance now for you, because you want to be out there, you want to be doing and showcasing your skills. Yeah. But then again, you need to be able to sit back and take that time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to be busy.
It's great. It's lovely. It's a lovely thing.
Well, thank you very much for coming stopping by. Now, can I ask for one thing, Chloe? I want to see if my daughter will actually ask different people.
I love that Chloe's like being a caterpillar.